Coach Braet.
Bang!
Yeah, you do a lot of the recruiting stuff, obviously. With the last year was the first year of the early signing period. You guys got to see that through. Is there any changes you guys saw that you maybe had to amend because of that?
I think, every year there's going to keep being more and more changes, and this last year was a good eye on what we need to do in the years for next year and the year after that. Definitely need to probably visit kids more early on, all those kind of things, and during the season becomes more important for recruiting because now you don't get that time in February or late January to get them really sewed in. You got to do it now. So I'm hoping next year we start doing it more often and early and keep going full steam ahead. Excited for the next year's class. So
almost all the time you guys get a kid on campus, you're nailing that visit, a lot of times landing that player. What is it you think unique to you guys, what you guys do for a kid on campus in terms of what you sell to lock them in?
I think having coaches that have played here and been through the program, having a solid fan base, having a solid brand, getting kids here who want to be here, and then just being excited and enthusiastic when they're here. I mean, it's all about the energy. I mean, they're not going anywhere where it's not just go, go, go and having a good time and loving them up, chest bumping, whatever it comes, man, we're going to go do it. So you got to have the energy and you got to have the want and the desire to sell your program. So
you guys did official visits before the fall for the first time ever.
Yep.
How different was that in comparison from the fall visit? I know there's no games.
Yeah, I mean, game day is always the greatest thing to sell. I mean, our game day is unbelievable. It didn't really change much. It's fun to visit in December because we have bowl practice, so there's a little more stuff to do. But the early visits I think will be well, and I mean, we handled them great and they were a good time, so we'll just keep trucking away, and every time we'll find something new and exciting to do with them.
What's a typical reaction like in Veneer when you guys get the news that you reeled in a commit?
I mean, everybody's pretty excited. Everybody's running around. Everybody's, it depends where he commits at. He might commit to coach. He might commit to one of the position coaches. And as soon as it happens, there's somebody yelling down the hall, and it just kind of echoes. And we go from there, and everybody's running down and chasing him and having a good time. So, I mean, it's always exciting getting a commitment anytime you get it.
You're probably the most extreme in terms of the.
Oh, no doubt. I'm sure parents are like, oh my gosh. But when you bring that energy, they at least know where they're going. They got somebody that's going to be high energy, just like the coaches. So,
this preference in terms of what you guys are looking for in recruits, does that change with the new coordinators? Are it mostly the same?
I think a little bit. I mean, we'll get more into Florida now because we have a better connection now, and excited to see what our staff's going to bring in the next couple of years. I mean, it's going to be different, and every year we're getting better at it and understanding more of it, and coaches that want to be more involved in it than prior. So we're just attacking. So I think having a younger staff always helps. I mean, someday I'll be an old face. That's just how it goes. So anytime you get coaches here and guys like me who really just love K-State and love selling their brand, and this is home to them, then you'll excel. So.
And you guys do have a wider net now, it appears. Does there ever conversations or discussions that you make sure you're not getting too wide?
Yeah, I mean, we always want to, kill the Midwest, and get kids that'll fit in what we're doing and the hard work that we demand and all those things that you want. I tell people all the time, I'll take a 2-star that wants to be at K-State and is going to work to be here than a 4-star who's going to come and it might not be what he thought it was, and then it just flakes off. So anytime you can get that, and now with us having a little more wider brand, I think it'll be fun to see where it goes, and always, of course, take care of home. So.
Get back to those new coaches. There's obviously a little bit of the territory expansion. What else have they kind of brought?
Coach Norwood's wants Hawaii bad, man. I mean, he's all over it. And same with Coach Hickson. I mean, there's not a kid that's in the state that he's not bringing up, talking about. So, I mean, we're really widening it out and going from there. And I already got the whole state on lock. It's pretty easy when you know everybody.
Underclassmen recruiting seems to maybe be a little bit more. You guys talked about that might be the.
Yeah, I mean, 2020 class will be a big class, and I think when September 1st hits, I think the fans will see that we're not playing around with this class. It's going to be full steam ahead on this group, and we got some new things we're doing, and we're going to take this approach, and we're going to go after it. So
the smaller number in 2019 help?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, anytime you get a smaller number and then you get a big number, it always helps with, just the fact now you can recruit more. In 2019, you got to be very picky on who you get, and you try to get them, and that's just because that's a number. You only get maybe one, so you got to make sure that one is the one you want. So
now the recruits seem to be responding a little bit more to your guys' recruitments. Do you think it's a product of what you guys are doing differently, or is there a message or a feeling they have now?
I don't know. I mean, every kid that leaves here loves it, and they all talk about each other. I mean, every time, that's what I always say, every kid that steps in the building is important because everybody's going to leave with a different message of it. So you got to make sure when they leave, they're ready, they're excited about it. You know, networking is huge, and I think we're just getting better every year. So, and with the staff, they're getting more excited to do it and work it. So they'll be ready to go.
And personal aspirations, do you have any, I guess, goals or dreams of getting more on-field stuff?
I love my role because I love K-State. I mean, my family's here. I'm a third-generation Kansas kid. This is home. And like I always tell people at those catbacker events, when you get to do what you love and you're selling something to people that don't really understand what Kansas, the state is, and who the people are, and when they come here and they love it, I mean, that in itself is rewarding, and I love every minute of it. So, I mean, this is a dream job. So I get to wear purple, can't be happier, so I just love it.
How much Red Bull do you have to drink before a game?
Gosh,
for you
know, actually, I don't drink any caffeine or Red Bull. I don't know, I just go. I think I'm watching my dad just go and Grandpa just go. We just go. You just lock in.
The best sleep ever?
Yeah, I mean, at night I'm out. When it's time to go to bed, I'm out. So unless the Twitter dings, then I'm up again. So, you know, I'm always living on that dang Twitter. My wife's probably jealous of it, but, you know, that's
sponsorship.
Yeah, no doubt. I need to get something. I spend more time with it than her, I think, so.